When we think of a path of great accomplishment, spiritual or otherwise, we often imagine a path of intense, relentless striving. We picture someone with fierce, white-knuckled determination, pushing themselves day and night toward a distant goal. But the Buddha's own story is a direct rejection of this approach. Before his awakening, he tried extreme asceticism, and it almost killed him. His great discovery was the middle way. He famously used the analogy of tuning a lute. If you tighten the string too much, with too much effort, it snaps. If you leave it too loose, with too little effort, it won't play. Only when the string has the right amount of tension can it produce a beautiful, resonant sound. Today, in our modern world, we have a name for a string that has been pulled too tight for too long. We call it burnout. And the Buddha's ancient wisdom on how to tune that string is more relevant than ever. This leads us to a crucial question for our overworked and exhausted world. How does Buddhism explain the debilitating experience of burnout? And what are its core recommendations for a genuine, sustainable recovery, not just a temporary break? Burnout is more than just feeling tired. It's a deep depletion of our physical, emotional, and spiritual energy, often coupled with a profound sense of cynicism and futility. A week at the beach might recharge our battery a little, but when we return, we plug right back into the same system that drained us in the first place. Today, we're going to explore burnout through the wise and compassionate lens of the Buddha's middle way. We'll discover that the root of burnout isn't just hard work. It's a certain kind of unskillful striving. And we'll learn about the Buddhist path to cultivating an energy that is not only effective, but also joyful, balanced, and truly sustainable. To find a genuine cure for burnout, we first need a deeper diagnosis. From a Buddhist perspective, burnout is not simply the result of working too hard. It is the inevitable result of a certain kind of unskillful effort. It's an energy contaminated by the three poisons: craving, aversion, and delusion. The diagnosis: why we truly burn out. First, our effort is often driven by craving, or tanha. This is the relentless thirst for a specific outcome: the promotion, the praise, the successful completion of a project. We attach our sense of worth to that outcome, so our work isn't a creative act, but a desperate chase. It's like a hamster on a wheel, running frantically toward a reward that's always just out of reach. The running is exhausting, but the constant, unsatisfied desire is what depletes the soul. Second, our effort is fueled by aversion or fear. We're not just running towards success. We're running away from failure, from criticism, from the fear of being seen as inadequate. This is like driving a car with one foot pressed hard on the gas of craving and the other foot slammed on the brake of fear. You burn an immense amount of fuel, creating smoke and noise, but you are paralyzed by tension. Underlying both of these is delusion, the fundamental belief that if I can just achieve this one more thing, then I will finally be able to rest and be happy. This delusion keeps us on the hamster wheel, always believing that peace is a future destination rather than a quality of mind we can cultivate right now. This is the formula for burnout. The prescription: a path to genuine recovery. A temporary break is like letting the overheated engine cool down. But genuine recovery requires learning to drive in a whole new way. The Buddhist path to this is rooted in cultivating right effort, an energy that is joyful, wise, and sustainable. This can be built on three pillars. 1. Pillar 1. Replenish your energy with joy. Burnout starves the mind of positive states. The first step is to intentionally reintroduce them. The practice of mudita, or sympathetic joy, learning to feel genuine happiness for the good fortune of others, is a powerful antidote to the cynical, competitive striving that fuels burnout. It's about learning to find joy that doesn't depend on your own success, which refills your depleted reserves. 2. Pillar 2. Retune your effort with wisdom. This is about fundamentally changing how you work. The key is to gently shift your focus from the outcome to the process. Instead of your goal being, I must get this project done perfectly, the goal becomes, can I bring a quality of kindness and focused attention to this next hour of work? By placing your value in the quality of your presence rather than a future result, you release the desperate tension from the lute string. The work itself becomes the reward. 3. Pillar 3. Protect your energy with boundaries. Burnout is a disease of porous boundaries. The Buddhist principle of sala, or ethical conduct, can be seen as a framework for wise boundaries. This is the wisdom to know when to say no. It's the discipline to protect your time for rest and replenishment. It is the integrity to act in a way that doesn't drain your own moral and spiritual energy. It's about building a container that stops your life force from constantly leaking out. This threefold path doesn't just cool the engine. It teaches you how to run on a cleaner, more sustainable, and even joyful kind of fuel. So, how do we apply these 3 pillars of recovery, joy, wisdom, and boundaries, in our actual busy lives? Genuine recovery isn't about a single grand gesture like a 2-week vacation. It's about weaving small, sustainable course corrections into the fabric of our daily routine. First, we practice joy as a necessity, not a luxury. This means consciously scheduling and protecting time for activities that are wholesome and replenishing, without any goal of productivity. It means giving yourself permission to read a novel, to listen to an entire album of music, or to take a walk in nature without a podcast. It also means practicing sympathetic joy. When a colleague gets a promotion, make a genuine effort to feel happy for them. This directly counters the poison of competitive envy that drains so much of our energy. Second, we practice working with presence, not pressure. This is how we retune our effort. Before you start a difficult task, take one breath and set an intention, not for the outcome, but for the quality of your attention. Your goal for the next 30 minutes isn't to finish the report, but to bring a kind and focused awareness to the process. This shifts your brain out of the desperate craving-fueled chase and into a more sustainable, present moment engagement. Finally, we practice the skillful no. This is how we build our boundaries. Saying no to a request that will deplete you is not a negative act. It is a profoundly positive act of protecting your energy so you can offer a genuine and wholehearted yes to the things that truly matter. This also includes setting digital boundaries, creating sacred time in your evenings or weekends that is free from the constant drain of email and notifications. To help you become more aware of these energy dynamics in your own life, here is a simple 1-minute practice. We can call it the energy audit. At the very end of your workday, before you close your laptop or leave your workplace, pause. Take one conscious breath. First, gently ask yourself, What one thing today most drained my energy? Just notice it without judgment. See the unskillful striving or the leaky boundary. Then ask, what one thing today most nourished my energy? Notice a moment of genuine connection, a small success, or a moment of simple joy. This is not about judging your day as good or bad. It is a practice of pure learning. By noticing these patterns, you gain the wisdom to consciously cultivate more of what nourishes you and to approach what drains you with greater skill and compassion. Burnout is not a personal failure. It is a compassionate feedback signal from our own minds and bodies that the way we are expending our energy is out of balance and unsustainable. The Buddha's middle way offers us a path to genuine recovery. It teaches us that the goal is not to stop striving, but to learn how to engage with our lives with an energy that is wise, joyful, and regenerative. Learning to tune the lute string of your life is a constant practice. The goal is not a static, perfect note, but the wisdom to know when to tighten, when to loosen, and how to play your music beautifully. What is one small activity that genuinely nourishes your energy without any goal of productivity? Share your idea in the comments to inspire others. If this exploration was helpful, please like this video and subscribe to the Mindful Compass. Thank you for exploring this with me. May you find the beautiful middle way in your own life, and may your efforts be both fruitful and full of joy.